Welcome to a fresh episode of CSR Digest. CSR Digest is a program put together by Total Exploration and Production Nigeria Limited to x-ray some of its corporate social responsibilities to host and neighboring communities. Today we shall be looking at agriculture as part of its social responsibility to host and neighboring communities in OMF 58. We shall be looking at the challenges, prospects, and what it takes to develop the local economy through agriculture. Sit back and watch. In realization of the fact that people of its host and neighboring communities are predominantly farmers and fishermen, Total Exploration and Production Nigeria Limited thought it wise to develop a more productive economy through agriculture. This the company undertook to complement government effort in bringing modern agricultural production technologies to smallholder farmers in its host and neighboring communities. Prior to 2007, Total Exploration and Production Nigeria Limited established agricultural extension offices with personnel that will guide farmers professionally. There were 2 extension farms, one at Oboboro and the other at Elela Limini. At these farms were schemes for hybrid seed production, crop multiplication, fish hatchery, fingerlings production, and homestead fish farming technology. Livestock production including poultry, sheep and goat, rabbitry and piggery for farmers. The company maintained regular training of smallholder farmers in modern agro-production, processing, storage, and marketing techniques as part of its capacity building. However, in 2012, when a natural disaster, the Great Flood, struck, it was so devastating that all the investments were eroded. Even though the farms were restocked, it never came back to normal. As of 2019, the company has recorded more than 2,000 farmers of various categories ranging from poultry, oil palm produce, fish production and cassava production among others within OMF 58 catchment area. At a recent event held at Elele Farm, the management of Total EMP Nigeria Limited stressed the need for host and neighboring communities to embrace agriculture as an alternative to oil, noting that it is only in agriculture that wealth is created.
Our target is the future and how we can begin today to prepare for it. Today's ceremony is symbolic because we are going to officially hand over the new brand of palm oil seedlings called the Oil Palm Super Hybrid Malaysia to the initial 50 trained host community farmers to plant and nurture them to maturity. The decision by Total to introduce these new palm oil seedlings to farmers is to boost agriculture development as a viable and profitable business.
For us, so it's very important, but it's not the end. It's not the end. It's just the beginning for you. It's just the beginning because now you are a new community, a community of palm oil tree farmers, and I am very proud to be there with you today. Thank you very much.
In the same event, new improved hybrid palm seedlings from Malaysia were distributed to farmers to encourage them engage in commercial production of palm oil. The whole idea surrounding the scheme is to stimulate local economy and to make the people self-reliant.
This is one of the best breeds in the whole world now. It is capable of producing up to 40 bunches per annum. So it is 60 times more than the produce of the local breed.
Able to build themselves opportunity of improving on what they know even before now. This is agric, and of course what we are seeing is oil palm products that will create jobs for them and even for others in the nearest future.
Recently, more than 1,000 poultry farmers benefited from 100-day-old chicks, each in addition to 30 bags of feeds, including vaccines and drugs. This, according to Total, will boost the production of healthy birds for sale, thereby improving the economic status of the farmers. Farmers interviewed expressed gladness for the gesture and pledged to grow their local economy through agriculture.
The truth, it will really improve my farming business as a farmer. I will say thank you to them, although they have been a helping hand to the host communities. So I like the way they treat us.
I'm very, very happy to Total EMP Nigeria for the launch of taking people. Through this, we know that we're going to have so many millionaires and billionaires.
Yeah, I'm happy today to be part of this beneficiary. I will use it well to make sure I'm a great farmer. So by tomorrow or next year, I will be a great farmer. I will feed from it.
I'll try as a farmer. I will also be working hard, train people, and I will also invite people to follow me to do this kind of job. By special grace of God, within 2-3 years, I think I will be a great farmer for that.
I think it's a very good business, considering what our country is into now. I think it's a very good one, and I really thank Total for what they are doing right now. And considering what has happened in our land again now, I think this business oil farm now will try a very better way in revamping our economies. I think for me now, as one of the beneficiaries, I'm very happy to be counted as one, and I think that I will use all the available resources within me to make sure that this thing will be utilized well.
I will tell Total thank you first for the first time, and I'm also very happy, and I will make sure that the program, to me, it will not be in vain. I'm happy I'm one of the beneficiaries. At least I will use it and feed my family to make sure I reduce the corruption in Nigeria.
Total EMP's agricultural policy is aimed at a paradigm shift from contract-driven economy to an agricultural and entrepreneurial-driven one, for which more than 2,000 farmers are already enjoying within the OML 58 operational areas.
What he brought will be utilized. Our community is peaceful, and we show them that anything they put in this community will be safe and no problem.
I'm not saying anything other than to tell Total EMP thank you for what they're doing in our community. Like my chairman rightly said, Ela is a peaceful community. Whatever installation, whatever equipment you have here will be safe for you, because that is our priority: zero tolerance and violence. I appreciate the way the Total had given us a very big impression by bringing this agriculture closer to ourselves, because we have seen now the crude in the whole world market does not work well again. Because of that, the Total EMP had introduced our old palm management. We appreciate with them, and we continue to tell them to continue.
I appreciate the effort of Total, because not only in this palm situation and all ramifications, for since 50 years now or above, the palm products, the new palm products that have been that they want to initiate to us now, we welcome it, because it has been our part and parcel of life from ages, as God may have it.
They have tried, but they will continue trying. I'm doing things for myself, not hearsay, it's a good eyewitness. So they will continue trying, because they are helping us, they are vision.
You'll be leading his family to harvest, process, and produce oils. You'll see them dancing in there with beautiful smiles. In case you're in dire need of a wife and you can afford any members or any member. From a fellow woman. on the usefulness of palm oil. She been not know before. Right, it don't set. You see the husband, they for farm. In the wheat grass. Child. These are beautiful members of happiness.
You're welcome to CSR Digest.
Thank you so much.
All right, okay. Let's go straight to the point. What is the relationship between agriculture and oil and gas production?
There is a direct relationship between agriculture and oil and gas production. If you read the history of agriculture, you will discover that a lot of these things, most agricultural products are perishable. When they perish, they decay. When they decay over years, over decades, over centuries, the end point of it is oil, which is found underneath the surface of the earth, down some distance from this surface where we are staying. That's where the oil is found. So the products that gives birth to oil, they are all agricultural products. So there's a relationship between agriculture and oil. Without agriculture, there's no oil. Without oil, you will discover that there's an effect too on agriculture. You understand? But directly what it takes is, from the time when plants, trees grow and decay, they go down the soil, they percolate. We call it percolation. That is the process of seepage down the soil. When animals grow, they get old. And when they get old, they get worn out. And they die, they decay. They go down to form the oil. You discover that there are some of these animals today that are gone into extinction. Some of them has decayed. The Diplodocus, the Anatosaurus, the Brontosaurus, some of these animals are in extinction within the African region today. The silver-toothed tiger, some of these animals are decayed and form the oil we're seeing. So what we're trying to tell you that is from soil to oil. I just want to take a nutshell of OML58 ranging from LLA down to Idu, Ama, and the Eke communities. Total has floated a lot of policies and programs that is boosting the life of the rural dwellers. Last year, Total grew some thousands of oil palm seedlings from nursery, from pre-nursery to nursery, and to planting stage. You know that these things were not used by Total. Total gave them out to stakeholders, selected stakeholders in host communities. These stakeholders were properly selected based on land availability. If you have the land, you have the manpower, you can do the clearing for yourself. Total will give you according to the size of your land. And these seedlings were not from here. The seedlings were imported from Malaysia. So the seedlings were tagged Malaysia Special.
They are improved seedlings.
They are improved seedlings. Although Nigerians are always saying that Malaysia came here in the 80s and collected seedlings from here. But today I tell you, if Malaysia returns what they have collected from here, we cannot even identify again. Malaysia has improved on it so much that these seedlings, these improved seedlings, can carry up to 40 good bunches per annum. And it has a gestation period of 3 years. When I talk about gestation period, I'm talking about production, maturity period. From when it is planted, in the next 3 years, it starts production. So, Total brought it, nursed it, grew it to plantable size, and gave to stakeholders. Say, go and plant, and supervise, and send consultants like us to go and supervise. If actually these people are using what we are giving them for the people who are giving them. And today, as I talk to you, in blessed memory of my late brother Dan Messi, of the largest beneficiary of this program. Yes, he cleared a large expanse of land, planted, well supervised, and these beneficiaries were equally trained over and over. We bring in experts. Even when we're training them on the use of herbicides and pesticides, we bring in experts from the manufacturing factories direct to train them on the precautions, on the do's and don'ts of these pesticides and herbicides, of these chemicals. This is to protect them from the hazard, because every occupation has its hazard. So we make sure that they are properly trained on the hazards of their occupation. We do as much as possible to train them even on record keeping. Ordinarily, the local farmer does not have keep records of what goes on in the farm. Oh, there's a disease like this. Oh, there's a challenge like this. Oh, there's fire outbreak. Like some of them will call us, there is fire outbreak. Fire has consumed. I say there's just a mistake where you made somewhere. You are supposed to create your line, to line round the farm, so that fire cannot just come from the wild to visit your farm. And at the timing period, you slash. You do what we call slashing. When you slash, the grasses cannot grow to attract fire. So we train them on record keeping. We train them on the diseases, likely diseases that can affect the plants, because every plant has its own disease. Every plant has its own pests. The pests that attack citrus cannot go to attack oil palm. The one that attack Siemens cannot go to attack oil palm. So all of them are specialized because of their nature. Some are boring, some are not boring. So that is how we have trained them to master what they are doing. Total has not only floated that, Total has floated other policies and programs like the poultry value chain. The poultry value chain that is ranging from day-old chicks that are distributed to host community, selected host community members, unbiased. They were given 100 beds each and up to 30 bags of feeds. Why? We calculate from the day that the beds arrive, how many bags they will eat as growers, how many bags they will eat as starters, how many bags they will eat as growers, and how many bags are they finishing. We do this calculation and we give it to them so that they won't spend a dime. I'm telling you, we have gone as far as, Total has gone as far as even buying vaccines to wage war against diseases and outbreak of other infections. We are teaching them today on sanitations and hygiene. The same group of persons, the poultry farmers, we are teaching them on record keeping. We are teaching them on brooding, because brooding is one of the major things that causes the growth and the retardation of poultry. If you don't know how to brood, when your birds need heat, you're not supplying heat. When they don't need heat, you are supplying heat. You understand? Like now, the environment is hot, and they are sending you to a hot environment. I don't know how you're going to respond. Birds are so allergic to heat and cold. So at any time, we teach them the rudiments of growing poultry. And in 8 weeks, we have table-sized poultry all over the place. As I tell you,
talk about table size. What do you mean by that?
Table size is a matured poultry bird.
The one can be put on the table for consumption.
So as I talk to you, 20,000 birds, 20,000 day-old chicks will be distributed around OML 58. You can imagine what it means by 20,000. 6,000 bags of feeds will be distributed around OML 58. And this is what huge money. These are things that corporations and companies like Total, EMP can only do. But I know it's not common with other multinationals around us. Total, I give them kudos so much for this kind of programs that are floating. They didn't even end at that. We go as far as buying implements, farm implements for rural farmers. Oh, you don't have cutlass, but you are a farmer. Oh, are you sure you're a farmer? Yes, can we see one of your farms? Okay, take. We give you the implements that can help you to facilitate your farming activities. All this we do. We go into fisheries. We distributed 500 fish gallons for each person. So as I talk to you, OML 58 is rich in agriculture today. And more programs are coming.
How do you think these farmers can utilize this opportunity to improve in their economy? Because there's so much about all this, but I don't see any returning or coming to the market with these products, maybe selling them and all that and making money.
In the classroom, there's something we call reinforcement. It could be verbal, it could be token, it could be any. For them who are in agriculture, we have designed a reinforcement program that the best out of all. Instead of the 100 we have given them, we are going to give them 400. If you do very well, we come to your farm because we are doing a routine check on daily and weekly basis. Yes, there's a follow-up on daily and weekly basis. So this thing we are doing is helping us to keep record of who and who that is performing very well. And those who perform very well, instead of giving them 100, we are going to give them 400 beds and give them the feeds. We project the feeds for the 400 beds to come to table science.
All right. So at this point now, we may end this program now, but just at the last question, what is your advice to the people of OML 58 on one hand and Total EMP on the other hand?
OML 58, that I guess what I'm doing here is going to be a town crying system. OML 58, this is an opportunity. Oil will not remain forever. Oil will certainly come and go one day. We'll find the oil we will not see. We'll search for the oil we will not see again. The only thing we will do is to return back to agriculture. And agriculture has always been the mainstay of the rural dwellers. I tell you whether OML 58, no OML 58, in fact in the whole Nigeria, when Nigeria was based on cocoa, granite and oil palm, Nigeria was doing well. We weren't crying of unemployment. We weren't crying of currency devaluation and some economic hazards we are facing today. I tell you, if OML 58 use this opportunity very well, and which I am encouraging them to use very well, the issue of unemployment and youth unemployment in the area will be highly reduced. The issue of idleness will be highly reduced. Even pensioners. You know that if you're from OML 58, because what we are doing now, we're including the vulnerables. These are the widows, the orphans, the pensioners, the radical youths, all of them are involved into this program now. Why we are doing so is that we don't want an idle mind, which is the devil's workshop. When you bring them into this, if they have one or two, they will always look at their farm, not look at another individual's property to go and inherit at late nights. We're thinking about how everybody in OML 58 can be so useful to themselves. As I'm talking to you, if you come to my office in East West Road, 104 East West Road, the Christian Counseling Center, Bishop Plaza, if you come there, it is not only people from OML 58 that visit the office today. A lot of pensioners come to the place. People in service come to the place to come and consult. Please tell us how to do. I say it's even better that you start early. It's teaching time, 6-9. Because when you start early, when we are still in service, you can start a snailery farm today. If you start a snailery farm with just 100 snail, if you're patient and you prepare the place very well, in the next 6 months, you have times 10 of this. Because snail, you don't need so much space. Snail does not eat so much, but they eat. Snail, the maintenance of snail is cheaper. Total has gone deep and studied that it is necessary for us to diversify the economy of the dependent OML 58 stakeholders, OML 58 landlords to agriculture.
agriculture. And today, the orientation is gradually changed. The youths who were always going, you give me air contracts, 30 million, 20 million, 10 million. By the time you call them the next 3 months, wow, there's no more there. We go to the big hotels and enjoy ourselves. But today, everybody is thinking of how to invest our money. Every day, there is always banana in the city. Bananas that are consumed in the city in one day are not grown in the cities. Go to the local area, buy a banana, buy plots of land, just plant only banana. You make your money. Supposing you have 4,000 stands of the improved variety.
Yes.
If you have 4,000, at least one bunch of it will give you 2,000. 4,000 times 2,000. How much do you have? That is the mathematics. And the highest you do is to slash. We'll tell you want to topsoil, I want to do this, I want to do that. You're a big man. You will recover the money for the land, and that land still remains there for you. And you can still do other things. You can integrate livestock into that same place, thereby giving full utilization of the land you have acquired. Not only that, you have succeeded in employing 1 or 2 persons. You have succeeded in putting food on their table instead of them going home. Every month they are sure of 20,000-30,000 naira coming out of the place. You understand what I'm saying? That you can use widows, you can use young men, you can use old men. These people that are ready and willing to work for you.
That's all we can take on today's episode of CSR Digest. CSR Digest will come to you again next week, God willing. Until then, bye-bye.